is that's impressive in
No, this is
itself.
crazy.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Hey, just the last question from my side was just like, obviously on this notion of what like Kick can do, like what is, what else can we do? Not just for you guys and for Westcol, but just for like the LATAM and the Spanish speaking sort of community in general. Because obviously like the more the Spanish community grows, it helps Westcol, it helps everyone, right? It's like, what do you reckon we should be focusing on in that term? Obviously, you mentioned the events and getting behind these events and trying to make them more official. Like, the Twitch Rivals, I think is a great idea and a great sort of concept to mold around. But is there anything else that you recommend us kind of, potentially focusing on?
¿Qué, qué más pueden hacer ellos por la comunidad de habla hispana en general? ¿A qué crees que puede ser un próximo buen paso
Bueno,
o algo que hace falta?
yo creo que ya con que estén trayendo tantos streamers, o sea, la verdad, los fichajes que han hecho pues de los nuevos streamers han ayudado mucho pues a que crezca la comunidad. Han ayudado pues también con el patrocinio de Stream Fighter y con los eventos. Yo creo que eventos como los que estábamos diciendo de hacer así parecido a los rivals de Twitch, eso ayuda mucho, pero también hay que decirles que nosotros queremos hacer los Kick Awards, o sea, yo quiero ser el que lo haga, el presentador, ¿sí me entiende?
Okay.
El oficial, pues, que me lo den a mí y nosotros nos encargamos de eso y que nos ayuden para hacer los Kick Awards, dando los premios, que eso pues también nos une como comunidad.
¿Y algo como de la plataforma?
Es que la plataforma está en fase beta. Yo creo que regulación de los bots, porque en realidad hay mucha gente que pues, los tiene. Eh, el tema de la plataforma en cuanto al funcionamiento, si cuando mucha gente escribe, se
Okay.
cae el chat, el almacenamiento en buffer, que eso todavía nadie sabe qué es, pero en general, a ver, que el dueño esté aquí hablando con nosotros, ya eso es
Sí.
que nos escuchan, ¿sí me entienden? Entonces ya uno puede ir pidiendo, dando las peticiones a medida de que uno va viendo problemas.
In general, Westcol is happy about the performance of the platform in terms of you are bringing a lot of people, a lot of Spanish-speaking people, and he thinks that this is going to happen more and more and more because big part of the platform is to be trustable, and now Kik is being more and more and more and more trustable in terms of security, technology, etc., etc. He feels sometimes when he has like a really, really speedy chat that the platforms collapse a bit, or the computers of the people collapse a bit. Because, for example, yesterday we have here in this laptop, and before he started streaming, but the people know he was to start, the chat start to explode and the laptop start to to sound like that. So I don't know if this is some performance issues there, or is because there is a lot of traffic and it's really, really difficult to stop that. This is in terms of technology. He asked too if you are going to you think into put some tokens or some points, etc., in the platform to do donations, to send messages, etc., etc. And then about the events, he thinks that it's a good idea to have like the awards, like official Kick Awards for Spanish speaking or for English speaking or both, etc., etc. That I think is better to do like separated. And last thing he said was about the two in the panel of statics and geographics, etc., to know where are your viewers, ages, genders, etc.
So on the very first point there with the performance side, I think I might know what will be happening on that side is that it comes back to the creator dashboard and the mod dashboard not being put into the new code base. I think yeah, that there we hopefully have a solution for very soon. It's a performance problem that that we are aware of, that if you're watching from your creator dashboard, it's not optimized the same way it is optimized for chat. But again, chat in general and optimizing that further and further, I think, you know, Westcol, your chat is a level of speed that is testing the barriers, right? So, you know, your chat will fall down first before we even know the issue exists. It's kind of we kind of prepare to have, okay, well, we can support, say, 50,000 messages in a second, and then you'll go ahead and get 100,000 in a second somehow, and then it's like, oh no. So, you know, you're kind of the first.
Westcol channel is a stress test for the platform.
Unfortunately, it kind of is. Like, we don't want that to be the case by any means. We want to avoid that, but yeah, at the moment it kind of is by all metrics. But yeah, performance ongoing, you know, something we're really working towards. You mentioned like the streamer awards. I think that'd be epic if we could do something like that. You know, I think that goes across. I think obviously, yeah, you know, the other platforms have their own sort of awards, and I think having something, you know, more dedicated or more focused around Kick. Again, I think it really comes down to having someone who can execute on this, right? Like we need those trusted parties, and you know, again, you guys have proven that you know, with Street Fighters that you know, you can pull off these kind of things. Maybe that's a collaboration we could do. Maybe that's a matter of getting, you know, again, the likes of someone from the English market, the Spanish market, and kind of pulling that off, and you know, having you guys put that together. Maybe we should partner up on something like that. That would be awesome. What was the other two? What was the other 2 points as well? Sorry, there was 2 more.
About the token.
Oh, so
the token, like the coin token, or some things
like Kicks,
to
like
with the
a smaller denomination instead of just gifted subs. Yeah, we were just talking about that on with Yuppie and iGypsy, who were on Kick Talk just before. Yeah, we're working on that. We've got that, you know, moving ahead. Obviously, yeah, the $5 per gifted sub or subscription is a lot. So trying to bring that down to, you know, as low as a cent, right, would be great to be able to then, you know, interact with then other areas such as, like, you know, text to speech and hype trains and other engagement tools as well, which can really sort of link into that. So that'll then kind of link in hopefully with the public API and be sort of a way in which you can then integrate way more sort of interactive measures between the viewer and the streamer. So yeah, hear you loud and clear on that one. We're working on that 100%. That's that'll be that. I think that's one of the biggest missing parts that Kick currently has, is that sort of ability to send lower denominations of currency, or, you know, US dollars or whatever. But B, also that sort of API layer with the you know, being able to then interact with other areas, whether that's you know, text on screen and alerts and everything else. But that'll hopefully be very much solved through the public API project we're working on right now.
Okay. In this sense, are you going to implement more local method of payments into the platform?
Y PayPal en general.
PayPal, and but there, you know, in Latin America, there's a lot of local payment methods because a lot of population is not bankerized. And for example, like now I think in Colombia, Stake has a lot of method of payments, but they are not in Kick.
Yeah, no, localizing payments is a huge one. Like, yeah, obviously, in Colombia, right, you guys have, you know, Visa and MasterCard is not as big as, like, say, I think you mentioned did you mention Much Better as one?
You know, he mentioned PayPal, but it's not PayPal, as big too. There is another, like, local, because there is a lot of people with cash, but not with credit card or bank account, and they go to some places that there is like thousands and thousands of these places, and they can, like, charge his phone, pay his internet, pay like everything. Like in Latin America, works like that. There is a lot of cash and a few credit cards.
Yeah. No,
Los jóvenes no tienen tarjeta aquí igual.
See, like, young people don't have a credit card.
Effective.
We got to get that sorted. We got to get that sorted. I think, like you mentioned on Stake Colombia, we've got all those payment methods, but yeah, Kick not quite yet. But similar to that, we want to get all the localization there. Yeah, super important. And PayPal, we were discussing a little bit just before as well. We're going to try to get that over the line with them as well. Would be huge. But I think more important than PayPal is having the local payment methods, right? The ones that are actually used. But that's not just for Colombia, right? I think that's also for Chile, for Argentina,
Yeah.
all Latin American countries, understanding that there is a lot of other payment methods that are really important. Otherwise, people just won't subscribe. They won't send the equivalent of bits, or they won't interact, right? And I think that's really important. Obviously maybe less important for you guys, but really important for the smaller streamers, the people with 50, 100 viewers and building out that community, right? It's super important for that. So certainly recognize that gap. We're gonna fill that. And yeah, payments wise, you've seen it obviously on State Columbia. We'll have at least that, if not more, for Kick and for the localized variations.
Sí, que o sea, van a meterle a los métodos de pago locales que normalmente en el mundo anglosajón con Visa, Mastercard y PayPal ya lo tienes todo hecho, porque todo el mundo tiene alguno de esos tres, pero pues aquí es muy diferente. And the last one was about the stats panel.
Oh, that's it. Yeah.
For example, me as a manager, I try to get campaigns for the streamers, and it's really difficult if you cannot show, hey, this is my audience, this is the target, this is the gender, this is the geographics, etc.
Yeah.
Eso es muy importante.
Yeah, no, hear you loud and clear on that one. That's kind of part of this larger project around how that we collect data and analyze data, which is happening kind of right now and being planned out. So that there will certainly be a solution. I think, to begin with, it'll kind of be just, obviously right now there's streams charts and third-party sort of tools which track streams, but that's not good enough, right? It has to be on Kick. It has to be available on Kick. And the granularity of the data has to be perfect, right? This is a part of kind of a bigger project which links in channel points and a couple of other areas. But yeah, I think, if you Carlos, if you have specific metrics that you're looking for, like you said, whether that's age demographic, location, whether that's gender, all that kind of stuff, maybe kind of mention that as well, just so we can ensure that we're on the front foot in collecting that data and making sure that we will have that available when required. Just kind of mentioning, because we are building all that out right now. Getting the foundation built to be able to offer as much information as possible. I think with Kick, a lot of what we want to do is really open up a lot of this. The same way we offer the 95/5 sub split and all these favorable terms for streamers, we want to open up as much of this kind of like black box that has existed previously, right? Share as much data with you, give you as many tools to succeed as possible, go above and beyond what is even requested. So I think, if there is anything specifically you need on that front that makes sense and sits within sort of reasonable privacy sort of realms, then definitely let us know, and we can start making sure we roadmap that out as like part of the MVP.